All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about the Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford fight that is not finalized. And how do we know that? Fighthype, probably with information from the PBC directly, let us know. And also make sure to watch this video to the end because there is a lot of crow to eat out there in our great comment section. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to update the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight, which unfortunately, you know what it is. Every time we take a step forward, we take a step backward and wind up staying in the same exact place we were to begin with. Report comes out, report exposed. Mainstream, by the way, reports. Now, what specifically am I talking about? I am talking about the report that was put out 2 days ago for the second time, by Mike Carpenter, which gave details about the fight and saying that the fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford was virtually done. Everybody gets excited about it. And then Fighthype goes to Twitter and says, oh no, bad news. We just heard that the Terence Crawford fight and Terence Crawford fight with Errol Spence Jr. is not done yet. Now, where had we seen that before? Oh yeah, I remember reporting it the other day when I told you, I said there's going to be crow to eat in this video, that Mike Carpenter did this exact same thing in June about the fight needing to take place in October, and that how you are going to hear pretty soon that his reports are probably not accurate. Now, I'll explain in a minute why I believe that to be the case, why I believed it to be the case. However, after I believed it was the case, I knew it was the case because Errol Spence Jr. released an emoji with a yawn on it. Now, a whole lot of people out there thinking that for some reason, Errol Spence Jr. was talking about something other than the reports not being true when he released the emoji on his page. You know, the page that everybody checks as soon as something happens with him, this fight, they check Terence Crawford's page. They check Errol Spence Jr.'s page. You know, the page that Errol Spence Jr. knows everybody is going to be looking for. So the only person that is actually attached to that negotiation that said anything directly yawned at it on his Instagram page. Now, when I did a report on that, I thought to myself, and this is going to be relevant, stay through to the end. I thought to myself, okay, this is just easy. Everybody's going to see he just yawned at it. You yawn when you're bored. You're bored when you're not interested. He's saying, oh, that's not interesting to me. Whatever with that report. He's basically dismissing the report. Not a logical leap at all. But for some reason, people had a hard time with it, thinking that he really meant, oh, yeah, this is food. Yeah, I'm going to eat. Oh, yeah, I'm going to. No. Oh, this means that everybody in the all my opponents need to be need to be afraid of me because I'm so bored with Terence Crawford. Man, that's a stretch, but okay. I sit back and I go into the comment sections just so that I know for sure that I can throw, that crow out at you when the report finally comes out that this fight is not done. And what happens that very day, Fighthype comes out and says, oh no, you guys got bad news about the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight. Y'all need to say prayers over the fight because this fight is not done yet. So do you think now that the yawn from Errol Spence Jr. might have meant no, this is just more of the same. Now, what is more of the same? What is more of the same? This is where I'm going to get into my opinion. 3 days ago, and this is September 17th, 4 days ago. Shout out to a very great YouTube channel by the name of The Boxing Voice. I'm sure you guys are familiar with The Boxing Voice. So The Boxing Voice puts out a report that Errol Spence is going to fight on November 19th with or without Errol Spence Jr. All of a sudden, the next day, Lance Pugmire, shout out to Lance Pugmire, comes out and says, look, there's nothing, do not believe that there is going to be a Keith Thurman fight. Terence Crawford is still in, how did he phrase it? Terence Crawford is they're still in discussions with Terence Crawford. The next day, Lance Pugmire called it discussions. The day after that, Mike Carpenter says the deal is done. Terence Crawford has accepted everything, all of his parts, and now the deal is going to be reviewed by I can't remember, it's Jeremiah Spitz, or please forgive me for not remembering his name. Actually gives the name of the attorney that is reviewing the agreement for Al Heyman, right? Clearly is given inside information about the fight and saying that, well, Terence Crawford did everything that he needed to do, so he's accepted it. So what does that make it look like if the fight doesn't come through? Well, it makes it look like Terence Crawford did everything he could do to make the fight, that it wasn't him holding it up. And then there are reports swimming around of, absolutely ludicrous offers that they offered him no guarantees with 35% of the pay-per-view and no guarantee and a 60-40 in Errol Spence Jr.'s advantage for the rematch. And he did all of this, but yet the fight winds up not getting made. Whose fault is it? Well, of course, it's Errol Spence Jr.'s fault, because obviously we did everything we could do to make this fight. And they say, and this comes about right after they say, look, man, we got a deadline for you. November 19th, at least this is the reports, November 19th, and we're going to be fighting on November 19th with or without Terence Crawford. We're not going to hold up the show anymore. We got to move on. What it looked like to me was that this information was leaked to the press, more than likely by Terence Crawford's camp, to counter the reports that were out there that if Terence Crawford didn't accept this fight soon, that Errol was going to go fight somebody else. So when Errol Spence Jr. yawns, he's bored. Not interested. It is not a positive. It's not an excitement. It didn't appear to be anything other than what I said it appeared to be. It appeared to be him dismissing the reports. So now what do we get immediately after that? We get Fighthype. Now, what's important about the fact that Fighthype says it? Fighthype, remember, was the organization that Floyd Mayweather Jr. said, look, you're going to know this fight is for real when you hear this announced. You'll hear an announcement from me directly, which is the PBC, or you're going to hear it from Fighthype. And he said that after Lance Pugmire's original report, where he said, look, these ESPN guys, just because they have a big outlet, that doesn't mean they know anything, which means that ESPN does not have a connection and is not being talked to by inside sources over there at the PBC. More than likely, Mike Carpenter is getting information from Terence Crawford's camp. So to me, it looked like, and I said this in my live stream, to me, it looked like, look, I believe that I'm hoping this fight can get done. If people are reasonable, more than likely the fight can get done. If people are not being reasonable, the fight won't get done. But I'm not taking Mike Carpenter's word on it when Mike Carpenter said the exact same thing back in June. And then you have Errol Spence Jr., who at least in June retweeted it, right? Where he retweeted what Mike Carpenter said. He didn't yawn that time. What he did that time was he said, okay, but then Floyd Mayweather and those guys came and said, nah, man, this is not true. It's not done. October, this fight is not happening in October, and just blew away the report. This time, Errol Spence Jr. literally yawned. Maybe he yawned because this is the second time that Mike Carpenter had done it. Just maybe. However, I certainly hope the fight gets done. I really do. But this is not good. This is just not a good sign, because it looks like people are playing games, quite honestly. It seems like people are playing media games and trying to influence the outcome of the negotiation by putting public pressure on people to do or not do things that they may otherwise not do, right? And that's what it seems like to me. But I did want to just say, hey, to everybody that was just acting like what I said about Errol Spence Jr. and his yawn was like my imagination. Man, please keep your bot selves up out of the comment section, or at least, just go back to that video and issue an apology, which I know you'll never do. But anyway, that is just fun for me. I don't mind every once in a while, once or twice a year, doing an eat crow type of video. But there you go. You let me know what you think in the comment. To all the other reasonable people out there that like talking boxing and all that good stuff and think about it with a halfway open mind, thank y'all so much for your support. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.